What's up, guys? Coming to you pretty late tonight. Um, I just have 5 books that I have read that are current. My last post wasn't very current necessarily, um, but I have mostly DC. That's basically all I've been reading lately, with one Marvel title. But let's get started. First, I have Batman number 37, Batman Eternal. The story is just killing it. Scott Snyder is killing it in the story. Really, the fact that it's a weekly series, some would probably say that that's a kind of a detriment because of the money issue, and which it kind of is. But if you're willing to crank out the cash, like this story just keeps delivering every week, just constant cliffhangers, um, and it really is telling a pretty unique story. Very complicated, which I like. I feel like that's kind of something that's been lacking in some of the Batman stories that I've read. Just I'm kind of wanting that more of a detective feel where you're always trying to get to the bottom of it, but you never quite get there. So I like that about this story. It's very it just keeps more information and more information just kind of keeps coming out, and um, it's just really been good. So you guys really need to pick this up. It's going to be hard to get all the issues considering we're at 37 now. So, but they've just put out the first graphic novel, I believe, which probably will have the first 6 to 8 issues. It's usually how much they have. So yeah, definitely pick that up. Justice League 37, which is amazing. It says Lex Luthor created the Amazo virus, which that's a sick concept in and of itself. Because if anybody remembers the Amazo android, the idea of an Amazo virus, that's genius. That's Jeff Johns. That's Jeff Johns at work right there. Um, and he's really just been killing it with Justice League. The past 4 to 5 issues have just been spectacular. So definitely pick that up. It's kind of getting into the thick of the story now. I think we're 3 issues into this story arc, but they're kind of what's hard. What's it's good and bad about Justice League is that you really can't jump on in a particular spot. I started from the beginning. I think I started around issue when we were on issue 34, 33. When we were on issue 33, I decided to go back to the very beginning and try to get all of the issues and read them in order. Um, and I've noticed that all the stories kind of just bleed into each other. All the story arcs, they really just flow together. So if you're wanting to read Justice League, you really got to start from the beginning. It's really hard to pick up from anywhere, but this has been worth it. It's been worth the long haul trying to get all the issues. So, oh yeah, and on Batman Eternal, I give this a 5 out of 5. Of course, I give Justice League a 4 out of 5 because just for the simple reason of there was a couple things that just weren't necessarily to my liking. Some of the dialogue, some of the action, but I really can't complain that much. I'm just kind of being picky, but yeah, definitely really good. I'm running out of time here. Batman and Robin, the part 5 of the Robin Rises, really just been killer. And this is an important issue because of what happens at the end, and I'm not gonna say what it is. You got to go get it. Really good. I give it a 5 out of 5. The third issue in Deadpool's Art of War, really killer. Just good story. Just it's really hilarious. It's kind of a almost a just a parody of the book The Art of War. It's really funny. So I give it a 4 out of 5 just because there's always a few things that I'm just not always really crazy about. Um, and the main book that I've just absolutely adored is Endgame, which has been um, how do I say it? uh, it's been kind of one of the stories that I've been nervous about, but I think because when I read the first issue, I was really concerned that we weren't going to get the full um, bite of another Joker story. I was feeling that maybe it was going to be kind of stale. I mean, for me personally, I don't know how other people feel, but I feel like Snyder and Capullo have knocked it out of the park every story arc. I mean, Court of Owls, instant classic. Death of the Family, instant classic. And I think Zero Year was just fascinating. I mean, a lot of people he kind of lost some readers maybe in that time. A lot of people kind of thought it was too bogged down, but I thought it was great. And so when it came to this, I was worried that we weren't gonna see the same that same magic, I guess you could say, just that same just perfection of writing, just in my opinion. I mean, the same thing that just kept me, just captivated the whole time I read the other story arcs. But we are in part three of this, and I have to say, it's rivaling even that of Death of the Family for me. This has just been a very disturbing, very, 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 very dark story, which I had no clue it was going to be this dark. I mean, we're only in part three, so I can't remember how many parts it's going to be. I didn't really look. I kind of don't want to look. I'd like to just kind of be surprised when it ends. But to definitely pick this up, it goes hand in hand with Death of the Family, really. And I think this is going to be one of those stories that it's either going to, with their track record, I believe it's going to just become an instant classic and it's just going to be amazing. Or it could just rapidly decelerate and stagnate and become something that's just kind of trivial and really didn't accomplish anything. I mean, there's really only two ways it can go. Like, once you've gotten this far, if you have read this issue, you know what I'm talking about. Because at the very last panel, like, something epic is going to happen. Either something epic or they're just going to completely drop the ball. But I really have faith in these guys, and I give it a 5 out of 5. So that is my reviews, and just stay tuned, and there will be more videos coming up, and hopefully after Christmas we'll have some really cool stuff to look at. Maybe some board game reviews, maybe some action figures, and a lot more comics. So, peace out.